This is a shoe if you want something that's light, breathable, cool in hot conditions, or something for every day in a harsher time of the year. The shoe is made from premium leather. And we love this leather. It's taken us a while to procure what we believe is highest spec of premium leather. We have it certificated by the International Leather Working Group as gold certificated. That's really about the way that the chemicals and effluents are managed through the process of building of manufacturing the leather. But we use a top split, and that's really the once you've taken off the skin and the gunk of a leather skin, which is maybe 15 millimeters, the next split is the very best in terms of its elasticity, its durability, and the way that it'll mold to the shape of the foot. When treated, we treat it with an eco, environmentally conscious chemical that will allow a higher level of water resistance on the leather. So as long as you use a good quality nick wax or other wax cream on this leather, then you'll get quite a reasonable level of water resistance. So don't choose this shoe if you're wanting something that's absolutely bomb-proof, waterproof. But if you want something that's going to be a good level of water resistance, but possibly more importantly, it's going to be quick drying. If you're on a multi-day hike, it's not going to get waterlogged like any supposedly waterproof boot would be in 6 or 8 hours of highly wet conditions. If you want something that's going to dry quite quickly overnight in your B&B or in your tent, and all the benefits of it being cooler as well. So the leather has a backer, a sort of a micro backer in there, which is highly breathable. It will move moisture very quickly. So if the sweat, for example, from the sock will move through that lining and then out through the leather. You've got a tongue in here that's sewn in, so you're keeping debris and some water out from coming into the shoe. You've got a little minimal padding, and we worked hard and long through 6 or 8 prototypes to get that to be just the right thickness, softness against the shoe. Obviously you put loads of foam in. In theory you've got comfort, but what we all know in our game, it's not minimal, it's going to be stiffer, it's going to be more warm, it's going to be more claggy against the whole skin, less minimal. If you want something that's very, very pure, minimal, barefoot, then use less foam, but you need to have enough for comfort. So there's a balance there. We also played around with the material facing on here, from textile to this beautiful kind of softy leather, and we felt that was the best balance of durability, a little bit of water resistance, and softness, and just the whole quality and longevity of the product is enhanced by that. This material around the back of the heel is just lovely. It sort of extends up into the collar, and it'll move moisture like that. It'll be cool against the skin, and it'll be quick drying. And again, a lot of thought and effort put into exactly what we want from that. And then a little bit of heel backing in the bottom there, which is just giving you a sense of holding the heel without affecting that natural movement. So the balance of that is really important. Of course, it does vary product by product, exactly what balance of performance characteristics you want out of the shoe. And I suppose what we're aiming this to be is to be that everyday trail shoe. Sarah will reach for this whenever the weather is a little bit inclement, but maybe not too. If she's going out for 4 hours, she'll always reach for this. She'll get the grip that she needs in wet, kind of softer conditions, but she'll have something that's micro light, keep a lot of the weather out. Maybe by the end of that, she might be getting a damp sock, but she will get very agitated if she can't find her Esks somewhere to put on for any of that kind of condition. She probably won't put them on, as I wouldn't put it on if you're going for a shortish hike in really bad weather conditions where you want that higher level of waterproofing for a shorter period of time, or if you want some serious grip on soft, steep terrain. We have our mountain grip outsole if you want to have that. But as an all-rounder, I have a friend, Jimmy, who I've known since we were 11. He bought these the first day they went on sale, did Jimmy, and he wanted them as an all-day shoe, just to wear through probably 8-10 months of the year, not the hottest part of the summer, just to wear with jeans, with shorts for all day, everyday use, including just some trail walking as well. He's not a major league hiker, and so the shoe really does well with that. In terms of the spec, how we deliver that performance, you've got this kind of quite light collar at the top here, not too high, so just keeping sufficient trail debris out of the shoe, but without clamping or trying to affect the way the ankle works. So there's no support, absolutely no support. If you're looking for support, then you might have to go elsewhere. But it's giving protection and keeping out the trail and some weather. We've spoken about the tongue, just enough softness to feel comfortable when laced. Moving further down, you've got that micro backer to the full premium leather upper, designed to keep that water out, get moisture out, and just feel comfortable for all day use. The lacing, we ummed and ahed through various prototypes. You can go for kind of putting lots of stuff on the side of the boot, which, as you can see from quite a minimal design, I don't like doing. I don't really want to put anything on a shoe that has no functional performance benefit. And some of my more design-led colleagues say, "Oh, Andrew, you need to make this look better on the camera." And I get that, or get it to a better price point. You could do that very simply by putting a cut here in the leather and making this very large piece into two, which would mean that you get a better coverage within an animal's skin, because you've got smaller cuts. You can get a better utilization of the leather, and it's cheaper. But by not having any seams here, you don't have something that's going to let water in. So inherently it's better from that respect, and it's also stronger. So that's one thing. On the other part is that, we could put stitch lines up here with webbing straps to make fancy lace holes, but to have single line reinforced here may look possibly slightly utilitarian. I think they look really nice, but it's the best way to build this from a performance point of view. So anyway, going down, we have our flexile insock, improved again in terms of the strength of the top sheet, and this wonderful 3mm, so quite minimal, of shock absorption, and it works really well in this boot. You can take it out, and then you've got a top sheet there just on the midsole, and the midsole is very soft as well, just to give you the ability to feel some of the surface that you're moving on without feeling any sharp stones. But if you wanted to get very minimal, then you can take the insock or insole out. The outsole is our new stitched version of heel grip, and remember that we can only use a stitched outsole, I guess self-evidently, on a boot that doesn't have a full waterproof booty lining system in. So it works really well on this. It gives us that little bit more strength, and you know that you're not going to get any issues with delamination. This outsole has a 4mm bear-like claw grip pattern. This is designed for an all-round trail surface, so that could be harder, maybe gravelly, or it could be a little bit softer. We have, if you're going into very steep, muddy, soft conditions, then you're probably going to need our mountain grip, which is deeper, 6mm. This is a great all-rounder outsole. We've been using it for years now and just improved it a little bit as we've gone through various versions. This is the latest version. So it'll give you durability because there's plenty of rubber coverage and grip on a great range of trail surfaces, but you can use it all day, every day, as well as on quite tricky trails. So we love that. So really, this shoe is a shoe we'd reach for. It'd be at the door on inclement days. That's days when it might be quite wet, maybe not too wet. You're going on some good trail surfaces, or you may be popping into town as well. So you've got that all-round use, and we think it's smart enough for for smart casual use, and it's really going to come into its own when you want something more breathable. You want something that's going to be quicker drying and something that's going to get you onto the trail in many conditions.